So,
that's much easier.
So final project pitch by me, Husain. So I will be. Could I just?
Yeah, it's fine.
So my project type for my final project will be a documentary, and it will be like about racism in Hollywood, the Hollywood industry, the filming industry. My project aim is to show awareness to the viewers who watch these types of films, who watch Hollywood films in general. And my age group is males and females, 18 and upwards, because of the subject is very needs good understanding.
Just give us give us that subject. Hit us with the subject.
Yeah, I told you, racism in Hollywood.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I said.
I have a question.
So,
you said racism in Hollywood. Are you going to go to Hollywood and see?
No. Racism in the Hollywood film industry.
Yeah, so
in Hollywood films.
In the industry, so they're in Hollywood or Hollywood films?
No, Hollywood films.
So not in Hollywood.
No, he's not going to go to Hollywood.
Alright, no.
Not in
that's
Hollywood, but in
feature films.
Because I said industry.
Alright, okay.
So the length of my project will be about 15 to 30 minutes. I don't want to make it like boring and all of that. And the resources that I will need is all of the equipment that are shown, like the general equipment. I will also need to be professional at research and analyzation, because last time I didn't have much time and all of that. I was carrying on doing research. I need a better plan. The extra resources and skills, I'm not sure yet about them, but I do need. Oh, what? Oh, I made a mistake. Never mind. So I'll be requesting the resources and skills from media teachers and media technicians relating to my proposal, planning, research, equipment, and I will be getting assistance from media technicians and all of that related to my equipment, my evaluation and all. And that's it. But I made a plan. I made like a rough plan of my research. So for example, I need the first week research in general way about racism in the Hollywood industry. And the second week I will go on to search the films that are racist. Not in general, but in the second week it will be specific, searching about the different films that have racist stuff, things. Then I will go on and research and analyze documentaries of different types, as I've done last time. Then in the last 2 weeks, connect all my research and analyzation in the past weeks.
Sorry, can I just stop you there? Sorry, Laurie. You've got a lot of stuff there. You're going to take all week to research and analyze documentaries. It's not really focused enough. To me, you need to know daily. One day you do research and analyze documentaries, not over 2 weeks. Okay, you're not spending enough. You're not. If you do it over 2 weeks, you're not spending enough time doing it a day.
Yeah. What I said to these guys this morning is that they've got to treat the lessons as like 20%. And they've got to work at home.
Yeah.
They've got to work on their days off, because I think as a group, I hope everyone's listening again. I think as a group, everyone's thinking of it as like coming Monday, Thursday, and Wednesday and forget everything else. Yeah. You've got to be working the entire week and just use the lessons as a touching base exercise. Yeah. So we'll show you the sort of working schedule of one of our ex-students, where they've literally put a different activity in for every day.
Even we've got one from year 2 games.
you've literally got to. I mean, if you look at the schedule here,
Yeah.
I mean, the deadlines on there are like final deadlines for each piece. So if you finish your proposal, you can start on your research, right? To be honest, even while you're doing your proposal, once we've agreed your project, you can be starting on your research, right? If you finish your research early, you can start on your plan. They have to be done in order, problem solving, then you can go on to your planning, then you can go into production. So it doesn't, you can do stuff ahead of time as long as you're complete, but those are the final deadlines. From there, you've got about 4 or 5 weeks. In fact, you guys got shorter because you're on the field trip. You got 4 weeks to do your research, so you've got to be on it. So that you need to condense all your research in there.
That could all be done in a week, to be honest with you. All of that be done in a week.
But with you again, I suggested he could probably get someone like John. I can't pronounce his name.
John Biog.
The guy in Star Wars. You could probably get through to someone like that. Black guy. He works in Hollywood, even though he has been there by now. He's probably been to the Oscars.
I know where he went to college.
But what I'm saying is the film would have been produced over here. So there's people over here that work for Hollywood, right? So if you could get someone like Tim, he's new in the industry, he'd be someone good to talk to. But if you can't find anyone in the industry, you mentioned John, right? Go to a professor, someone who works for a big university, right? That who does film production at a university or film studies at a university. Talk to them, find them. They're academic people. They'll spend time with you, even if you can't talk to them directly. You can send them stuff by email. That's good research, good quality research.
I think Husain, what you've got to realise is this is a big project, and to be honest with you, the subject you've chosen, it's difficult.
It's a difficult subject.
It's a difficult subject because there's so many different angles it can take. I mean, it's
a good thing, but you've got your work cut out.
Yeah.
And you need to show balance.
Yeah.
You need to show balance. That's an important thing with something like this. You can't go and just talk to a lot of disgruntled people. You need to talk to disgruntled people, but you need to talk to other producers on the other side who might have a balance to the situation.
Can I ask you a question? What do you think? Do you think there's racism in Hollywood?
Yeah, there is.
Why?
Because I've seen examples.
Why? Give me an example. Don't just say because I've seen it. Give me an example.
Examples of films, or examples of elements in films.
Okay, so what are you looking for? The actual films themselves. Okay, so give me an example of a film.
For example, the RoboCop one. RoboCop,
okay.
Have you seen?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, they made Arab look like war people. They just want to blow up or something. For example, the old film.
I tell you, you're now expanding it because the original row in Hollywood was about black actors and white actors. You're now expanding it down an interesting route, but it's so big.
Yeah.
I'll give you a film that I think is racist. American Hero.
Oh.
You know the one about the sniper?
Yeah.
Because every person who is an American is a terrorist. There's no positivity. And I thought that disturbed me. I found that quite disturbing. I thought that was disturbing portrayal.
Have you seen the film American History X?
Yeah. Which one?
American History X.
What? I haven't seen it.
What's that?
Watch it. You tell me if that's racist or not.
Okay.
Yeah?
No, I'm not saying every film.
No.
Yeah.
Watch it. Because the topic is about racism.
Okay.
Yeah? But watch it. You tell me if that film's racist or not.
But the thing, being a documentary maker, right, you've got to, even whatever opinions you've got to put, you can delve down and do research, but you've got to put a balanced viewpoint. You've got to let the viewer decide.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So you need to, for every example you have of one side of the argument, you need to balance it with another side, especially when you're talking about interviews. And it's almost like give the facts out there, let the viewer decide.
Did you come up with this idea because of what's going on in Hollywood at the moment?
No, because I've seen a documentary that talk about like racism, well, specifically the Middle East stuff, things about it.
Yeah.
Because he's written a book and he showed the documentary, and I was influenced by it.
Okay.
I was going to do just about the Middle East or about Arabs, but then I've expanded it to, in general, like racism.
I mean, it's a great subject, but it's massive. It's massive.
Because if you would do sorry, Laurie, if you were doing about what happened in Hollywood over the Oscars, okay, and
yeah, I heard
and
about
I'm
What happened?
What happened? I don't know.
the fact that
Yeah,
no
that's
black actors.
Yeah, that's
nominated.
good.
I mean, however, to be honest with you, I mean, I've seen a few of those films which they put up saying, oh, this is why this one should have been nominated, this one should have been nominated. And actually, you know what? That Straight Out of Brooklyn, Straight Out of Compton, was a good film, but it's nowhere near like The Revenant. Or
I'm surprised they wanted to have it.
the Concussion with Will Smith. Everyone said Will Smith should have been nominated for an Oscar. The film was shit.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It was one of the worst films I saw last year.
What film was
Yeah.
that?
Concussion. He was okay acting, but it was a shit film.
I mean,
And Creed.
there are definitely issues of
Yeah.
institutionalized racism in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether I don't know whether this Oscars is a fair representation of that argument, as you quite rightly said.
Even in fictional films, there are like racism, even elements of it.
Oh yeah.
Like in World War Z, there are elements I saw. For example, the wall between Palestine and Israel, and they made the Palestinians the zombies or something, like they represent them, and they are. I don't know. I should show you the picture later.
No, it's a very deep
Yeah.
subject.
It's
a deep subject,
Yeah.
and it's a good one to do. But again, make sure it's not too ambitious.
Yeah. Don't find out your main kind of focus. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm sorry I cut you off, but it looked like you need to get more focused. You can't just do research.
I'd slim it down.
Yeah.
I'd slim it down. But it's a fascinating subject, and you've got plenty of room there. But just get something you can sort of base it around. I mean, one thing about it's more to do with black and white racism in Hollywood. It's more clear cut in America, obviously, right? But as you say, there's a whole nother area of Middle Eastern racism and stuff going on out there. But in a sense, if for instance, and I know that's not where you're aiming, but if you found one area like the Oscars, that's the thing. You could look at the Oscars and then expand it from there. So if you found a similar thing with the whole way the Middle East is portrayed in films, and found a sort of single focal point, it's going to be easy to face your thing around. Then you can find very specific people to interview. If you make it too large, you could actually spend the next 5 years doing it, because it's a massive subject. It's a massive subject to worry with. But anyway, good. So have a think. I mean, I don't know. In principle, I think it's workable, don't you, Dave?
I think it's workable. You just need to get
to focus it a bit more.
Yeah.
That should be your task over the weekend, or the next few days. Try and focus it. Try and get something a bit more focused.
Just over that Hollywood thing, I remember a few years ago they had the same argument. A year later, Sidney Poitier won a outstanding awards contribution to the film industry. Halle Berry won for Monsters Ball, which basically was someone who. Did you ever watch that film, Monsters Ball?
Yes, that's a good film.
Yeah, it's a good film, but it was basically someone having a lot of sex and getting their breasts out, which wasn't a problem, but that was what it was really. And also Denzel Washington won, didn't he? But a film which actually wasn't gangsters. Was that a year after? So it went the wrong side, because American Gangster wasn't actually that great a film. Good, it wasn't Oscar. So they have this argument all the time. But as Laurie said, you've got to get focused.
Like specify the country or specify what?
Specify the theme.
Yeah, specify your message.
Yeah, the message.
Yeah, to show awareness.
No, especially as I say, if you picked, because yours is such a broad-based thing, then you could even talk about racism with other, when you go out to China and Japan, how they portray. It's a massive subject. But if you were to take the Oscars, I'm not saying you should. If you were to take the Oscars, it's a nice, crisp focus on. You can talk about were the 2016 Oscars racist? Nice theme, Chris. I'm not saying you should do that, but I'm saying if you can find something to hang, something like very crisp theme, it's going to make it easier for you. Well, it's a good subject. I like the subject matter, but obviously it can't be too ambitious, otherwise you'll drive yourself mad. And you'll still be doing. We'll come back in 5 years, and you'll still be in here interviewing.
Get a focus. Yeah. All right. Next. I even have one try for one more though.
Oh, too bad.
Oh,
Did you get to pay?
It was closed.
It was closed. No,
I swear, I don't know where's my mind gone.
Sorry. Because I feel like
Everyone put
No,
yeah,
yeah.
tutorial.
I don't know my mind.
We have a tutorial in the morning. Everyone put it.
Can you log on? Oh, you want me to log on?
Yeah.
Everyone's already there.
Here we do.
We do, it's right.
10 a.m.
That's not tutorial, that's private study.
Yeah,
that's
that's
how
private
you
studies, right there.
Yeah, tutorials this morning, don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
private
if you
study.
watch
That's
Americans, is it American Hero? What's the one that
American
won the Oscar
Sniper.
last year? Clint Eastwood film.
American,
Oh yeah.
Torino.
No, the one recently last year, American Sniper.
American Sniper.
American Sniper. To me, I think that's a racist film
American Sniper. Yeah.
because all they say, literally every brown faced is a terrorist, and every American white American soldier is a hero, even though they might accidentally shoot babies and stuff. That's fine, they're heroes.
From what I
No,
know,
it's a simplistic.
from what I know, people in the army, whenever they work with Americans, Americans' first opinion is to shoot, then ask questions. In the British Army, it's ask questions, then shoot. Big difference.
I
Who's
think
more intelligent?
I think in TV shows they are better portraying other countries and other people, but in films they are.
Why are Americans so thick and they might vote in Donald Trump for president? There you go.
That's
saying,
brilliant. Or how would
how would the world be different if Donald Trump were president?
I hate him so much.
Oh, his name is not Trump, by the way. He changed his family name.
How can any country
One
vote in a man whose grandfather was a member of the KKK,
Idiot boy.
who himself refused to let anyone other than a white person have one of live in his properties, and he was taken to court for it. It just goes to show how messed up America is. And those people who go to America might as well just
They don't realise.
plus he said that if